Boxing fans, Wladimir Klitschko is back tonight against a gentleman called Mariusz Wach. And if you look at the way Mariusz Wach fights, I think that could be an indication of how this fight may go tonight. He's taller than Wladimir. He's big. He's slow, flat-footed. He's no Muhammad Ali. He walks in straight lines. Yes, he's heavy-handed, but anybody in the heavyweight division that big and they land on your chin, they're going to hurt you. Now, there's Mariusz Wach and there's Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko is a very good fighter. He's got a very good jab. He's got an excellent left jab, and he has a big right hand. Now, he doesn't throw it as often or as regular as I'd like him to throw it. Now, Manny Stewart, as we know, has now passed away, and Jonathan Banks is now in the corner of Wladimir Klitschko. Is that going to make a difference? Well, I'm not sure how much difference at his age now, 34, 35 now, Wladimir is. You'd think he'd know everything he needs to do. He needs to get his body into shape. And a guy like Wach, who's pretty slow, he's a little taller. But for me, I can see Wladimir Klitschko peppering him with the left jab, with any guy that big, you have to be careful of anything coming back. But I don't think Wach fights very good on the back foot. I think Wladimir holds the centering very well. And I can see Wladimir holding him time up. But for me, once he drops that big right hand on Wach, I mean, Wach's got a big chin. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, I've looked at Wach. He looked like one of those video games kind of boxers you'd get. He's got a really big, long chin. Can't miss it. And Wladimir Klitschko, is one thing about him, he's pretty accurate with his punches. And I can see Wladimir landing one of those big right hands and getting Wach out of there within about 8 rounds, I think. I'd say about 8 rounds. Maybe even quicker if Wach becomes ambitious. I can see the fight very simple. Wach's going to try and throw a jab. Wladimir should beat him to it. If Wladimir holds the centre of the ring and drops that right hand on Wach, who has a tendency when moving backwards to drop his hands. And even when coming forward, he throws his jab, but he leaves himself open to a right hand. So I can see the 1-2 playing a big part. I can see Wach being tattooed by Wladimir's left jab, and a big right hand closing the show. I think the skill sets here are vastly different. You know, Wach looks good if you stand up against the ropes and let him hit you, but I don't think Vladimir's going to let that happen. It'll be interesting to see if Jonathan Banks and Wladimir have worked on anything in this training camp in terms of Wladimir getting at the traps quicker and trying to set a faster pace or not. But one thing is quite interesting is that Jonathan Banks is fighting Seth Mitchell, and Jonathan Banks is in the heavyweight division and he's still actively fighting, yet is still trainer of Wladimir Klitschko. I don't know if there's been any change since then, but it's a bit odd. I wouldn't want my trainer to be somebody that I could fight tomorrow. Just putting it out there. Okay, so I'm looking for Wladimir Klitschko to knock out Wach. You know, within 8 rounds. But if you're gonna push me on it, I think it'll stop him within 8, I say. But I'd like to see Wladimir get him out of there quicker than that. But Wladimir within 8 rounds, big right hand ending the contest after Wach has been tattooed with left jabs. This is the Boxing Hangout. I'm out.